Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Robert Sports Show. I'm your host, Robert. WWE Elimination Chamber review. This could go down as the worst Elimination Chamber men's match in the history of it. Yeah. It was a struggle to watch. I'm sorry, it was. Alright, pre-show match. We had The Miz versus Rey Mysterio. This was a Raw match. Obviously, we know what's been going on Raw with Dominic and Rey going against The Miz. It was an okay match. It was a good Raw match, to be honest with you. Rey Mysterio did get the victory. I give it 3 1/4. Overall, one of the better matches of the night. A day, or whatever you want to call it. First match on the main show, we had the Universal title on the line. We had champion Roman Reigns versus Goldberg. Pure trash. Oh, God. Yeah. Pretty much everybody just hit their moves, and we called the end of it, and Roman Reigns choked out Goldberg. I don't need to see Roman Reigns choke out a 50-some-year-old dude in Saudi Arabia. I just don't need it. We knew there's no way Roman Reigns was losing here, and we knew what we were getting at WrestleMania. So Roman Reigns gets the victory, 2-star. Next up, we had the Women's Elimination Chamber match for the Raw. The winner goes on to WrestleMania to face for the Raw Women's title. They face the winner of Lita and Becky Lynch. The participants were Bianca Belair, Doudrop, Rhea Ripley, Alexa Bliss. They all started in the cages. And then we had Liv Morgan and Nikki. A.S.H. started. Doudrop the first out. Rhea, and then Alexa Bliss, and then Bianca Belair. Rhea pinned Nikki. We know there's going to be something continuing there. Liv Morgan pinned Doudrop. Alexa Bliss pinned Liv Morgan. Bianca pinned Rhea. So it came down to Bianca Belair and Alexa Bliss. You would think the returning Alexa Bliss, who had been off TV since like August because of the whole Bray Wyatt stuff. Nope, Bianca Belair pins Alexa Bliss. So Bianca Belair will go on to face Becky Lynch for the Raw Women's title at WrestleMania. So Bianca last year beat Charlotte for the title. Becky returned at SummerSlam and beat Bianca in like 10 seconds. We actually going to have a match, or is Bianca going to beat Becky in like 10 seconds at Mania? Is it like, Sheamus and Bryan Danielson all over again? Or Daniel Bryan, remember the first match at WrestleMania, and he won like in 5 seconds or something stupid? Bianca got the victory. It was an okay match. I give it 3-star. They didn't use the chamber like you would normally use the chamber. Literally, it was just a 6-woman elimination match. It's really what we're talking about. Yeah, it was like, okay. It was there. Next up, we had the women's tag match, Charlotte Flair and Sonya Deville versus Ronda Rousey and Naomi. Yeah. So Sonya Deville comes out with her arm in a sling. The stipulation was Ronda Rousey had to have one hand tied behind her back, and then Sonya Deville takes her arm out of the rack, goes, my arm's fine. And so Ronda Rousey wrestled with her arm tied behind her back and still put the arm bar on Sonya Deville and still try to rip her arm out of the socket. So Ronda Rousey and Naomi got the victory. So obviously we're setting up more for the Ronda Charlotte match at Mania. Okay, sure. I give it 2.5. Next up, we had I am so getting sick and tired of professional wrestling doing balls count anywhere and the pinfalls in the ring. What? Why are we doing that? Falls count anywhere. You do the pinfall somewhere else. You don't do it in the ring. Do it in the ringside, I don't care. Just not in the ring. Drew McIntyre versus Madcap Moss. Falls count anywhere. course, you knew Happy Corbin was getting involved. So it was basically a 2-on-1 handicap match. Happy Corbin, Madcap Moss, and Drew McIntyre. And then Drew pulls his sword out. Yeah, pulled the sword out in the middle of the ring, and looked like he's going to chop off Madcap Moss and chop him up with the sword. Ends up getting the victory in the ring in a false count anywhere match. Yeah, I gave it 2.5. On the Raw Women's title line, we had champion Becky Lynch versus Lita. This match was actually really good. For Lita, not wrestling that much in like 16 years, her first big time match. Becky Lynch really did well here. I ended up giving the match 3.5. I thought it was really good. Match of the night. Next up, we're supposed to have the SmackDown Tag Titles where the Viking Raiders come out, and then the Usos come out and attack them before the bell. Then they can't participate, so the match got thrown out. So we hype a match just to trash it like that. Okay, whatever. Then we had this monstrosity, trashy, worst chamber in history of chambers. We had Bobby Lashley, AJ Styles, Riddle, all come out, go in their little pods. Austin Theory, Seth Rollins come out, and then Lesnar comes out. I was really hoping that maybe Lesnar comes out, and because it already has a title match at Mania against Roman, maybe he comes out, and Roman comes out and attacks him, and then Kevin Owens runs in, and closes the chamber door, and pops in a pod, and kind of takes a spot, and like Edge did a few years ago, he lost in one chamber and won in the other. I was kind of hoping something cool like that would happen. Yeah, no, that didn't happen. Austin Theory and Seth Rollins were the two that started. Seth Rollins buckle bombed Theory into the pod where Lashley was. Lashley wasn't paying attention. I guess got hit with it, hit his head on one of the support beams. We had referees come in the cage, in the chamber. We had officials come in the chamber. We had medical professionals come in the chamber. While Riddle and I believe it was Theory were wrestling right there by that particular pod. I'm sorry, move to another pod so the camera's literally not just showing everyone and showing Lashley laying there. Obviously we know it is what it is. And then Lashley gets taken out of the chamber because he was in concussion protocol, which, hey, if he's really hurt, he's really hurt. But everybody's safe and sorry, but still, at that point, it's like, what? And then the next person, so Riddle comes out first, and then AJ Styles. And then the thing goes off and points to Lashley's corner. Oh my God, he's not even there. So we're going to have him come out now. Lesnar standing over there going like, what the hell? So Lesnar kicks himself out of the pod, breaks the glass, and gets out of the pod. And then it's literally just a freaking, God, Lesnar just attacking everyone and freaking pinning them. He pinned Rollins, he pinned Riddle, he pinned Styles. And then that leaves Austin Theory and Brock Lesnar, and then Theory starts running around the ring. Oh my God, really? Yeah. And then they climb on the top of the pod, and Lesnar literally F5s him off the pod. It looked like he almost killed him. And it's like, he just started annihilating freaking Austin Theory. I'm like, let's just kill Austin Theory here. But now, when the match started, Austin Theory and Seth Rollins, I'm like, let's put Randy with this. Have Randy, Seth, and Austin. We have past, present, future. But yeah, so Lesnar pins Theory at the end of it. Mercifully ends this match. And your new WWE Heavyweight Champion of the World, Brock Lesnar. So now at Mania, we have champion versus champion on night 2. Yeah, that happened. Here's the thing about WWE right now. They don't got to sell their premium live events. Peacock already gave them $1 million, or $1 billion. So there's nothing that they're trying to sell, except for merch. If you think back in the day, we had the pre-show, which hyped the show, which was a really good match. To give, I want to see this. Now I gotta buy the pay-per-view. You don't even need pre-show matches anymore because there's no buying it. Most people already have Peacock, and WWE didn't really get anything from it probably. So yeah, this was a the worst chamber ever. It was a premium live event. And our road to WrestleMania don't even have the chamber if you're going to have crap like this go on. But, it is what it is. Stay tuned to Rubber Sports Show for hopefully we'll get a review of Impact Wrestling, No Surrender, and then the Game Changer shows this weekend. If you're a NASCAR fan, please check out all the NASCAR content here on Rubber Sports Show. Otherwise, thanks for watching the Rubber Sports Show. Don't just have a great day, have a spiffy day. Rubber Sports Show, your YouTube leader in sports channel content.